Thursday night football recap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions to start week 14. The Detroit Lions defeat the Cowboys 44 to 30. One of the biggest takeaways from this game was CeeDee Lamb, who was on pace to have a monster game. He ended this game catching 6 catches for 121 yards, averaging 20 yards a catch. But he suffered on what seems to be a concussion. Body was numb. The footage going crazy right now online. It was very unfortunate, man. I thought he might have broke his collarbone, but he was able to walk off. But he got injured in this game, and I think that threw off a potential closer game. But the Cowboys defense couldn't stop Jahmyr Gibbs, who had 3 rushing touchdowns. He didn't even run for 100 yards. But the combination of Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, who had 60 yards and 1 touchdown rushing, it was just too much, man, as a collective for the Dallas Cowboys to deal with. Time of possession was on the Cowboys side. They won 31-23. But the Lions, man, were just hitting them with haymakers on the scoreboard. For the longest in this game, Dallas was just really kicking the ball, getting field goals. They were getting in the red zone, but they couldn't convert. So they would have to resort to kicking field goals. And they just couldn't match the offensive prowess of the Detroit Lions tonight. I think that Dak Prescott in the press conference is gonna definitely address it. Was one specific I think right before the half where I think Dak wanted to go for it because they was getting the ball back in the second half. I think if you get a touchdown there, then the game changes significantly with momentum. And in the third quarter, Dak threw an interception like on the second play. So that wasn't good because they were already struggling. And speaking of Dak Prescott, he was 31 of 47, 376 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Javonte Williams had a solid night. Today's game, he was able to cross the threshold of 1,000 yards this season. So kudos to him. 17 carries, 67 yards, and 1 touchdown. Dallas has another rising receiver, which is crazy because you got CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, but now this individual by the name of number 19 Ryan Flournoy seems to be making the case that he could be a number 2 receiver, if not a number 1 option, somewhere else. He had 9 catches, 115 yards, and 1 touchdown. George Pickens had one of his I guess one of the games where he just didn't perform like he wanted to. He had 9 targets, but he only brought in 5 catches for 37 yards. When George Pickens isn't involved in the offense like he wants, his body language always shows. But that's because, he knows how he can impact the game. Jake Ferguson, he had 7 targets and caught 5 receptions for 58 yards. He was close to getting some touchdowns, but he wasn't able to get in. Kevontae Turpin, they got him at special teams, but I sometimes feel like Dallas should try to use him more in like jet sweeps or reverse end rounds because he has so much speed. I voted for him in the Pro Bowl to to be a starter for like special teams. I definitely think he's worthy of it. On Detroit's side of the ball, offensively, Jared Goff had a great night. 25 of 34, 309 passing yards, 1 touchdown, only sacked 1 time. Shout out to the O-line of the Lions. Um, in the receiving core, Amon Ross St. Brown had his return. On 9 targets, he brought in 6 catches, 92 yards, few yards shy of the 100-yard mark. Same with Jamison Williams, 7 receptions, 96 yards, man. So when those two are both catching the ball like that, man, that Detroit offense is dangerous. Jahmyr Gibbs, like I said, he brought in 3 rushing touchdowns, but he was just as effective as a receiver. 7 receptions on 77 yards. Uh, Tesla, the rookie Isaac Tesla, caught him a touchdown pass, 2 receptions for 20. It was a very great route. That touchdown that he brought in. That was the only touchdown. But the Detroit Lions offense was just extremely fluid, man, tonight. Extremely fluid. Defensively, Avonte Maddox got a forced fumble. Jack Campbell got a forced fumble. And Brian Branch got a fumble recovery. Derek Barnes got an interception off of a George Pickens incomplete pass. Pickens' hands got on it, and then the defender who was guarding Pickens did something with his left hand, ricocheted into Barnes' hands. He was at the right place at the right time. Also, Detroit almost had a safety, but they called it back on Dak Prescott. But their defense was relentless tonight, man. They were all through there, man. Aleem McNeil, he had a forced fumble. It was just a lot of attacking, on the defensive line. So, and then the Detroit Lions, they kicked the ball a couple times, and Jake Bates was 3 or 4. So, with that being said, the Detroit Lions record is now 8-5. Cowboys dropped to 6-1. I really thought Cowboys would win this game, and they would have needed to win this game to, try to make a playoff push. But I think this is gonna hurt them, man. Honestly, this was gonna hurt them. They needed to get this win. I don't know the upcoming schedule, but I think when you got the ties, a tie is basically another form of a loss. So, however, this was a entertaining game. It was just unfortunate though that Cowboys couldn't slow down Jahmyr Gibbs because he was basically their kryptonite tonight. So, man, if you watch this game, drop a comment, give me your thoughts. Once again, Cowboys lose to the Lions 44-30, man. Make sure you follow me on Rumble for more video breakdowns and content, extended versions. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. Make sure you follow and subscribe to the God Level Genius YouTube channel. I am James Forgato, and as always, be God level. The genius is in you. God level genius.